This is Pastor Misty Howick. I'm an ordained elder in the United Methodist Church, and I serve New Song United Methodist Church in Surprise, Arizona. We are working through the Proverbs right now, and we are on chapter 15. Woohoo! So thank you for joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed or at least gleaned wisdom and knowledge from the study that we've done here. We are going to jump in here to chapter 15 and look at some of the themes that are running through. Today I am pulling knowledge and wisdom out of the Jewish Study Bible. There you go. And it does a really good job of breaking the Tanakh Bible up. And just a reminder that Proverbs is a part of the ancient Near East wisdom. The three books of the Bible that highlight that wisdom are the book of Job, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes. And I love hearing people. In fact, just in a meeting that I was in, someone was doing a devotional that included pulling out some of Ecclesiastes, and everyone started groaning, like, "Oh, not Ecclesiastes!" And I was like, "Yes, I love Ecclesiastes." Why do I love Ecclesiastes? I love the snarkiness of the writer. And yes, I might be taking it upon myself to say that there's a snark in Ecclesiastes. But one of the things that the author points out all the time in it is everything is in vain. So it really dislodges your idea of what is important. The author sought wealth and then found out that it wasn't really important to seek wealth, and so looked for happiness in other places. And I really like that. It kind of dislodges again our idea of what is important in life. So anyways, back to Proverbs chapter 15. Let's go ahead and get started. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouths of fools pour out folly. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises a parent's instruction, but the one who heeds admonition is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but trouble befalls the income of the wicked. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, not so the mind of the fools. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loves the one who pursues righteousness. There is severe discipline for one who forsakes the way. One who hates a rebuke will die. Sheol and Abaddon lie open before the Lord. How much more human hearts? Scoffers do not like to be rebuked. They will not go to the wise. A glad heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is broken. The mind of one who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouths of fools feed on folly. All the days of the poor are hard, but a cheerful heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it. Better is a dinner of vegetables where love is than a fatted ox and hatred with it. That's one of my favorite ones of this chapter. We'll come back to it. Those who are hot-tempered stir up strife, but those who are slow to anger calm contention. The way of the lazy is overgrown with thorns, but the path of the upright is a level highway. A wise child makes a glad father, but the foolish despise their mothers. Folly is a joy to one who has no sense, but a person of understanding walks straight ahead. Without counsel, plans go wrong, but with many advisers, they succeed. To make an apt answer is a joy to anyone, and a word in season, how good it is. For the wise, the path of life leads upward in order to avoid Sheol below. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but maintains the widow's boundaries. Evil plans are an abomination to the Lord, but gracious words are pure. Those greedy for unjust gain make trouble for their households, but those who hate bribes will live. The mind of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and good news refreshes the body. The ear that heeds wholesome admonition will lodge among the wise. Those who ignore instruction despise themselves, but those who heed admonition gain understanding. The fear of the Lord is instruction in wisdom, and humility goes before honor. So there you go. That is the 33 verses of chapter 15 of Proverbs. Some themes that continue to pop up are the uprightness and straight paths. So you'll continue to see those throughout Proverbs. Really good comment by Ian on yesterday's on Facebook, talking about uprightness, that to continue that thought, God was thought to reside in the heavens, which is above you. So being upright is your connection from earth to heaven, and you have that straight path up. And so to be upright is to have a straight path up. There may be some bias there too for that idea of, if you have a disability, then you're being shunned by God. And so if you're hunched over, you are not upright, you are not close to God. We know that is something that our Old Testament authors and the knowledge of that, they kind of struggled with, and that idea that the good things happen, the bad things happen too. So anyways, there's that. And other themes in chapter 15 is to try to be slow to anger and be ready for critique. You are wise if you can take some helpful criticism. And then from the Jewish Bible, we get Proverbs is an anthology. Sayings in it should be judged individually. Not all sayings will speak to every reader, but everyone should find many sayings and poems that pack insight and good sense into brief and memorable forms. So it's helpful to look at that, so that if we see Proverbs and we read these couplets and we're like, these are not speaking to us, do not feel bad. There might be one that is very poetic. Sometimes I'll point out one that I love, that I feel is poetic and good. And that's how it should be with the Proverbs, is that they're not all of them are going to speak wisdom to us. They can't be all things to all people. A couple of other notes before I look at some specific ones. So Abaddon or Abaddon is the land of the dead, as well as Sheol. So those are synonymous, and they mean land of the dead. When it says that they're open to God, and so are human hearts, just means it expresses the belief that God knows everything, that God is able to see us and understand us and know us. It doesn't, however, allude to the fact that God knows the future. It's all about the present. God knows all things right now, everywhere, and all places. The thing that's really interesting that our Tanakh Jewish Bible pointed out today was that many of these verses have a reference to the Egyptian sage Amenemope. That's how I'm going to say it, Amenemope. For instance, better is poverty in the hand of the god than wealth in the storehouse. Better is bread with a happy heart than wealth with vexation. And that goes and lines up with the one with the ox and hatred. They're similar, and they think that there's a big connection there. Better is a dinner of vegetables where love is than a fatted ox and hatred with it. I love that verse. One, I'm trying to go plant-based, so better is a dinner of vegetables. But two, where love is than a fatted ox and hatred with it. So I could even substitute fatted ox with, creme brulee, and it would still make sense for me, or carrot cake, or whatever dark chocolate, whatever is kind of my idea of something really nice. Um, Better is a dinner of vegetables where love is than a fatted ox and hatred with it. How true is that? So, what stuck out to you today? Did you find some connection? There's these themes that run through all of these couplets. You'll feel like you are repeating yourself. That we are just repeating ourselves, and that we've heard this before. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, and not so the minds of the fools. I think I've seen 10 of those couplets so far, and we're only in chapter 15. So it's just going to be how it is. That's what Proverbs is. So if I could answer our question right now, which our question for this theme and for this season is Proverbs useful? Can we use it today? Is it inspiring? Is it teach us anything? Does it connect us with God? I would say yes, it does. But for me personally, it could probably do it if you condensed it all down to one chapter instead of 31. So share with me your thoughts. I look forward to them, and I hope that you will join us tomorrow for chapter 16, and have a blessed day.